guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about working at Lush. Now I actually did this video a couple years ago, but if I'm totally honest with you all, I don't think I was brutally honest. So this video is going to be so honest, so brace yourselves. But before we go into this video, I just want to say that Lush as a brand and as a company is amazing. I absolutely love them. I love their ethics, I love their products, and yeah, woo, go Lush. So just a little background. So I actually worked for Lush, I think about 3 or 4 years ago, and I actually worked in 3 stores. So Reading, Bath, and Swindon. Now my experience at all 3 of these stores were completely different to one another. So this video really is like the extreme to the low extreme. So you're gonna expect a lot. Okay, so firstly, I'm gonna start with Reading. I've actually got my phone here, so I'm all prepped. Okay, now Reading for me was actually okay. So my assistant manager was absolutely amazing. She was so lovely. My manager was okay. Some days she'd be a little bit grumpy, but she was lovely. And my colleagues were actually really nice, except a few, but we'll go on to that. So, point 1, calling in sick. Calling in sick was like the worst thing you can do. I remember having a really bad chest infection, and to the point where the doctor was like, you can't work, you can hardly breathe. So I obviously called in, and I felt like they thought I was lying. They were kind of like, Simone, we have like the head of I can't even remember what it was, coming in and we need you here. And at that point, I was only a sales assistant, I think. And I was a bit like, why do you need me? Like, you've got the others there. And they were just like, yes, because you're like one of the best and we just need you here. So I was a bit like, okay, well, I'm really ill and I can't come in. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, it kind of was left a bit, I don't know, it wasn't left on great terms if I'm honest with you. But yeah, calling in sick was the worst thing you could ever do. At one point it was the summer and I had just done my law exams, and as you can imagine, I was pretty tired from studying so hard. Now, my 2 managers booked to go on holiday at the same time, so they obviously needed someone to look after the store for a week, and I was the person asked. So I was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. And you know, I did discuss pay. I was a bit like, well, you know, if I'm doing all these duties, I kind of would like to be paid the same as an assistant manager. And I believed that it was going to happen, but no, did it happen? It did not. So I came back, well, they came back, and they were just like, thank you very much, here's a gift. And oh my gosh, I am so appreciative over a gift. It was one of the nice big Lush presents. And the thing is, it wasn't what was agreed, and I kind of was a bit like, I'm poor, I'm a student, I need money. Anyway, so yeah, I kind of felt a bit exploited. Exploited is probably a strong word, but I kind of went there. Oh, another thing, in the winter, the store was freezing. It was so cold that I was wearing like gloves and I was layering up. That's probably why I got a chest infection that year, because I was probably like frozen to death. But I don't know whose fault that was, but more measures could have been taken to make us a bit more warm. Now the next store was Bath. Now I live near Bath, so Bath is one of my favourite places in the world. So working in the Bath store, I was like, hell yeah! Long story short, I absolutely hated working there. It was very different to Reading. Now, first point is I hated working there, so that's kind of funny. But the second point is the manager, okay? The manager, to be fair, was probably the nicest guy out of work, and I could see that in him. But when he was in work, I'm not even kidding you, he used to click his fingers just like that. So if he wanted you to come to him, that was happening. I don't respond nicely to like that. I just think that's really rude. And he used to be very, again, bitchy. Yeah, he was very bitchy. You can tell that he was, he used to whisper like this. Like, not even kidding. He used to go and probably not say very nice things to the other person. But when you're a manager, you're meant to like enforce your team, not do this. I think that was not very nice. We were also placed around the shop like little soldiers. So one person would be here, another person would be here, and another person would be here. Now, we were not allowed to move around. Like, we had to stay in our little areas, which sometimes he'd be like, why are you not in your space? And it's just like, I just went to the toilet and I just needed to get some water for one of the demo bowls. It was just a bit like, oh, come on, I'm doing my job. It kind of felt like I had a leash on. I'm not even kidding, it did at points. Oh, another thing, this is another thing at Bath. So I remember they were hiring for like assistant manager position, and this really nice girl, she was so hardworking, had been trying so many times to become assistant manager, and she really did deserve it. Anyway, so he called up his buddy who worked in another store to come and apply for the job at Bath so that he can give it to her, which I just think hiring like that is just not fair. I thought it was really cool anyway, because he had already told this other girl that she was going to get it. Gosh. So, Swindon was the final store I worked at. Now, I have nothing bad to say about this store. I had the most amazing time working here. Both a manager, so the assistant and the manager, were just the most nicest people. I remember joining the store actually, and I just turned 21. And I think it was like a day or two into working there, so hardly anyone knew me. They bought me so many presents. Oh my gosh, it was so nice. I really wasn't expecting it, and I really felt like I was part of the team straight away. And then Christmas came, and then we recruited for Christmas, and we were all involved in the recruitment process, so it wasn't biased, like people's friends weren't just hired, you know, legitimately nice people were hired. And yeah, and we just had such a ball. Like, looking back, I had such fond memories. And we also like used to go out for dinner, we used to do other things like that. Training was fun, the parties were fun. Yeah, I generally have nothing bad to say. I think we all respectfully had respect for each other. That is actually quite a nice thing to say, because we all wanted to do well, because we all got on so well. We didn't feel like we were against each other, like we weren't belittled. It was just absolutely amazing. So there we go, guys. That is my experience at working in Lush. Now, I have been brutally honest with you all. I haven't named or shamed anyone, because I just don't do that. I think that's really, really cruel. But yeah, I was brutally honest, and just drop me a comment down below if you have ever wanted to work in Lush, if you need any tips, and also if you've had any bad experiences, I don't know, working in a shop, working in retail, let me know. Be sure to follow me on all my social media sites. All links to those are down below. And also hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing more of these Lush videos, so hit that little button. But as always, guys, please make sure that you like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for another video. Goodbye.